No bye, no aloha.
What was I gonna say? Okay, so you brought the emo night to Hawaii.
True.
Yeah,
I brought an emo night.
right,
Emo party specifically. That's mine.
and
Emo night's got nothing to do with me.
the last one that was ever brought to a new state. It seems like.
It seems like it's the last place on fucking Earth that hasn't had it happen, man. Like it's Alaska had it. I found that
Yeah.
shit because I was like trying to say, well, where could I go do it? And I'm like, man, they tour on that shit. So at least as far as within U.S. owned territory, I don't know, man. I could try Pongo Pongo or like
Yeah.
Guam or some shit, but it's maybe San Juan. I don't know.
Chances are.
Chances are it's been fucking done.
Yeah,
Just-
and it's crazy how popular it is because when you pitch the idea, you were working at Downbeat. You go, hey, listen, this is the thing that goes on.
give me a random fucking day you don't give a shit about. They were
Yeah.
like, here's a Wednesday 2 weeks from now. And I said,
Yeah.
cool, I'll take it.
And not everybody, but a lot of people were just like, emo night, yeah, whatever.
It'll be fine.
Like I didn't think about it in one way or the other, and then it went crazy.
Yeah, it's a fucking shit show, dude. It's nothing even moderately original. It's just, hey, I'm on an island in the middle of fucking nowhere where, because people are like, oh, that's such a great idea. I'm like, they're like, that's so original. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, literally, it's just, we're on a fucking rock in the middle of nowhere, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we just don't know. And it's unfortunate that it hadn't been done yet out here.
It's great, man.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Everybody looks forward to it at the bar.
Well, it's a win-win-win. Everybody's fucking happy and it's rad. That kind of lets me get away with some other shit. Like, it's fun, but that's not my passion. But I get stoked, and let's say, so if I do that, and then I can use some of that money and some of that clout to be able to get some, to make Red City Radio happen.
Totally.
Fucking totally worth it. Or to bring Teenage Bottle Rocket through,
Mhm.
like, I can get priority on whatever shit I want.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do. Me and Kat.
Mhm.
I just got a PBR sponsor,
Yeah.
and it's like
Fucking right.
X amount of dollars per. So we got Black Rose Phantoms coming out
Yep.
May
That's
2020.
Rockabilly band or psychobilly band or
Yeah.
something. I'm gonna be on tour, but
Yeah, it's right before you get back. But yeah, I was like, let's just keep that money snowballing so that
yeah.
right now it's like a 3-piece band from California, but who knows after we do a few,
Right.
same thing you're doing, just like snowball that money and like let's get some bands out here, let's do some stuff out here.
But I have never, and I probably never will, just fly a band in.
What do you mean?
I've only brought bands here that are coming between either Asia
Oh,
or
right,
Australia.
Right.
'Cause I used to live in Australia, and
Yeah,
that's
smart.
just it. So it's I'm not going to be able to throw shows as often, but I'm just not in a position to be able to lose my ass.
For sure. Yeah.
And bands save a bunch of fucking money. Like a lot of time. I mean, it depends on where they're going, but like prime example, the Creep Show. I hit them up. I remember I said, like, do you guys want to come play Hawaii on your way home from Australia? Great band, by the way. Check them out.
Yeah.
But, and I've known their bass player, Sean, for fucking years. He's a Stomp Records guy, and I used to work for the Planet Smashers and their tour together a long time ago. And he was like, dude, we'd love to come out there, but I don't know if it's going to be in the budget, sort of thing. They're a club-sized band. I crunched the numbers, and I said, I will save you $2,500 American on flights between the 5 of you if you stop off here.
Wow.
He looked, he was like, holy shit. Like, and then, there's a little bit more to it than that because they had, that's like flying Jetstar, so you got to pay for luggage and that sort of shit, but still, like, they certainly saved money getting home to Toronto from stopping off here as opposed to if they just flew straight.
That's
And
incredible.
that's before getting paid for playing 2 shows that went really fucking
Yeah.
well,
Just straight
so
up
it's,
saving money. That's
so
crazy.
just on the fly, it's like if they just wanted to jerk off in a hotel, they would have saved money.
Save
But
money
instead, they're
and
playing
stop
shows
in
where it's
Hawaii.
like, here's, so Sean used to be in Grade. He was in Jersey. Like, he's been in a lot of bands for years. He's never been to fucking Hawaii. He's been to the same bar in Ottawa fucking 50 times, I'm sure. Like, he's never
Yeah.
been here. So, yeah, they were stoked, man. And, like, he was like, hell, he was here just last month just to go see Red City Radio because,
Oh, really?
yeah, he flew up because his girlfriend saw pictures of him out here. She was like, that looks sick. So he hit me up and said, like, hey, you got any good shows coming up? We're looking to get out of Toronto for like a week and anything good like February. I said, do you like Red City Radio? I was like, you just sold it to my girlfriend. It's one of her favorite bands. So
Sweet. They were so good.
and
they were such
killed
nice
it.
dudes.
Such rad dudes.
Yeah, that was cool.
I had a blast tour with them last summer too. That's how I pulled that shit
Oh,
off.
okay.
'Cause I was on
Right
tour with them
So
in
you know
Europe.
pretty well.
Yeah, I toured with them in Europe last summer. And then years ago, like my old band had opened for him before in Indiana and some other shit around back when I was living in Michigan.
Yeah, I like their style a whole lot. So you're just about to head out on,
I leave in like a week and a half.
and you're doing what? You're a merch guy or road running or what are you doing?
I'm a tour manager by trade, but in this case, it's like I'm touring with bands that are competent.
Yeah,
So it's like I'm just the jack of all trades. I don't know. Like it's in the case of both. So I'm touring with the Creep Show, and Sean, the bass player, he's like the guy. But this kind of gives him a bit of a fucking break as far as like if he's sound checking, whatever. I can go settle up. That's not a big deal. If he wants to take a night off, like I can deal with all the TM shit. I can, logistics. That's my thing for sure. I mean, I'll be slinging merch during the show. Afterwards, their singer comes out because everyone wants to come talk to their singer.
Sure.
She's a hot Filipina chick. She's cool as fuck. Kenda's rad. Like, of course, like that's smart for any band, really. Like, go have the singer come out and sling that shit. But so just trying to be their, they're not a huge band, but they're big enough where they can bring another person and just trying to. The more skills that I have, the more valuable I am. So if I can drive and deal with money and fucking be able to change strings and be able to route stuff and be able to, get us our rider and sort that out, sort the hotels, and
just a tour rover guy,
just trying to do whatever you got to get done. Then I'm out with the Lillingtons, and the Lillingtons, their touring bass player is their tour manager right now, so it's just their normal TM.
Nice.
So it's kind of the same sort of thing, where it's like he is the TM, but like I'm perfectly capable. But I don't know, I'm just the extra dude who can do things. I mean, I'm the straight edge guy with a driver's license, which is also beneficial because that we're doing festival dates too with the Lillingtons. So that's like longer drives for sure.
Do you have to get an international driver's license?
No, U.S. valid one works. But it's funny though because I got my Hawaii ID, so I got pulled over by some German cops in Red City going to a festival last summer, and so it's like 7 a.m. I drive through the night sort of shit. We get pulled over, and there's all these cops, and my dudes may or may not have been pretty fucked up on a wide range of things. And the cops say, "Where are you coming in from?" I'm like, "Fucking Amsterdam." Like, I don't lie to German cops. Like, so I gotta say Amsterdam. So they pulled me aside to have me piss test. And
Lucky it was you.
all the dudes were just like they were asking the guys about me like no he's like our vegan straight edge guy, no it's cool and they were thinking like if it was any of us we'd be fucked.
Yep.
But that's like they specifically pay me to be the fucking sober dude.
That's what's up. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna bop around and just have fun after that.
Yeah, even on the way in. So like I fly in February 10th. I got like a day to kill in London, just gonna eat a bunch of Jamaican food, but I'm going to Sardinia for like 6 days to just eat pasta and fucking hike and look at how pretty the Mediterranean is. And then I'll meet the guys in Bristol, England. So we're doing, it's like 12 dates, England and Scotland with the Creep Show. So it should be dope. Manchester, Manchester Punk Fest, which Sam I Am is playing, which I'm fucking amped for.
Sweet.
But then after that tour, I got like 3 days to kill till I start tour with Lillingtons, and that happens to be over my birthday. So I'm gonna fly to Warsaw, Poland. Found a cheap flight. Cradle of Filth is playing, so I'm gonna go see Cradle of Filth in Poland. Should be wild.
Hell yeah.
I was there last summer too. I was coming from Sweden, and it was cheaper to go to Warsaw. I was going to Sweden to Berlin, and it was I basically broke even. I think off of flying to Warsaw and being able to get like a place to stay for the night, than just flying straight to Berlin. I'm like, well, I've never been to Warsaw. I'll check it out. So going there, that tour is going to be got Austria, Switzerland, Germany, Belgium, France, back to Germany, Austria.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's part of that's Punk and Drublic tour too. So that's like Bad Religion, NoFX, Less Than Jake.
That's the same one that they just did out here last year, right?
Yeah.
super
So it's
fucked.
a lot of they did like one show, but they're doing like actual tour style.
Whoa.
So some
that's
of these
gonna be a big tour.
Yeah, it's gonna be, I mean, when you got Bad Religion and NoFX playing, it's not fucking small.
That's crazy.
But some of the dates too that we're not on, they're doing some Spain stuff, not as like Mad Caddies and Mill and Cone. They're not on the dates that we're on, unfortunately, but still.
Yeah.
When you're on tour with NoFX, Bad Religion, Lagwagon,
It's gonna be
and
fun.
Less Than Jake, it's gonna be a fucking good time.
Yeah.
Get Deads on that. Bomb Pops, they're fucking rad.
Oh yeah.
You know Bomb Pops? Those are my
Um.
homies.
So I met a dude who maybe dates one of them. I only knew this through social media, but he
What's his
came.
name?
Dave.
Oh.
He tattoos in L.A.
Oh, well,
and he came out here, a friend of a
that'd
friend.
be Jen then. Yeah, because Polly's
I could
the
be
other
wrong.
guy.
I could be wrong, but
I don't know.
I think I started following him on Instagram like when he came out, and then I'd see them popping up quite a bit.
Yeah, they're a fat band, so they're on a lot of
Yeah.
fat. They take care of their newer bands for sure and put them
That's
on
sick.
some good shit. So
Somebody I know just went and saw them recently too, or not super recently, but within the
Yeah.
last year or so.
well, they did some of the same dates. We were on last summer when I was out with Lillingtons. We did like Punk Rock Holiday, and they were on that, which is that was like who was even on that shit? We were out with Lagwagon, so that was
Nice.
I think they were the headliners. But Punk Rock Holiday was like it's camping kind of it's actually not even kind of in like a valley in the Slovenian Alps, and everybody's just got like inner tubes and shit. It's just like a straight up beach holiday, but like Belvedere is playing like 100 feet from the stage, and it's fucking gnarly. Satanic Surfers and stuff, dude.
Nice.
Like there was so much. Yeah, that was fucking rad.
That's fun.
We're playing. It was me and we were playing with. Bad Cop. We were playing like Chicken in the River, where it's like me and their tour manager versus like some of our dudes, and yeah, that was fucking sick.
Oh yeah, dude.
So stoked to get back out there for that.
And then you booked all of this. You were telling me about it was like it's a website that you book it through or something.
There's a few different things that I do, but a lot of time I scope out through Kayak or through Skyscanner. You
Yeah.
can just search like where you're starting out from. But yeah, so after this tour, I'm ends in Germany, and we got to return all our shit to Berlin, flying from there to Bangkok, hanging out there for a couple days, going to Chiang Mai for a couple days, going to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia for a couple days, going to Singapore for like a day, fly to Melbourne for like a week, which that's where I moved here from there a couple of years ago. And so I haven't been back in a couple of years, so going to go there to hang with Lean, my Swedish friend, sexy Swedish babe chick, and so she's living there right now. So hang there for like a week and just watch footy and eat Hare Krishna food and do all that.
Yeah. So another thing, it seems like you brought out here, or I don't know if you brought it out here, but the whole footy thing, the whole
Aussie rules football.
Yeah.
I started the club, man. It's coming
Aussie
along.
rules football.
Australian rules football, yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, it's so big in Australia. It's stupid. Like it's ridiculous how big the sport is. And when I had moved here, it was like right building up to like the season. You know, we were like in the second week, and then I moved here, and I missed it. And I tried to do like a call to arms right when I got here, and like one dude showed up to play,
Yeah.
and finally like a year, I don't know, last summer I got home from tour, and I was gone for like 3.5 months, and when I got back, a dude who used to play in Austin, Texas that I knew there, he had just moved here and wanted to start playing, so just got people together, and now it's actually like we're getting a
Yeah,
ton of
you
people
got
to
it
show up.
like really going. Like
We
I
got-
see the posts, and I'm like,
We have the
wow.
we are official affiliate with the Hawaii Eagles, official affiliates of the West Coast Eagles, who are
Nice.
they were the premier winners last year in the AFL. So that'd be like the fucking Patriots being like, yeah, you could be our affiliates,
That's
you know,
crazy.
just like, oh, here's like they sent us 25 full uniforms.
oh no way.
They just sent that shit to me in the mail, just like
That's amazing.
that shit ain't cheap, dude. Like actual like game jerseys.
Yeah.
Like, the dudes,
What are they made of? Are they?
it's the real shit. It's like they're actual game jerseys. It's like.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, the kind where you can fucking grab somebody by the pull and it's not going to rip or anything because
That's
you
so
have to with
sick.
that game. But yeah, so that's what I was doing earlier today. So I'm a bit beat.
Yeah. That sounds super fun, man. I know. I've been meaning to. I always
Have a
work.
kick, Nate. Have a kick.
I'm always
do it at a
working
different
when you
time.
have it.
I'll do it
Yeah.
whenever.
Yeah.
You know, Tori works a lot of time too. We'll just meet up on a
Right.
random fucking
So-
Tuesday afternoon or something.
Do you guys like get? Are you like? You're running the practice, kind of.
We've got a dude named Cole. Now, Cole is from, I could probably say this. He works for the consulate. He's an Australian guy.
Okay.
And yeah, so we got quite a few Australians that come out here too. Cole is, I don't know, he's somewhere between 30 and 70 years old. He's a silver fox. No, he's like 40 something. He's a cool fucking dude. Plays guitar. We bond over Black Sabbath. He was wearing a Primus shirt last time I was partying at his house. Like he's a cool dude. But So he's been kind of running the practices. We got another guy named Michael who just moved here in January. He's a dual citizen. His girlfriend got a job out here. She's Aussie. So he just kind of followed her out here. And he's also really fucking good. So, we've got a couple Aussies that have been kind of running shit. And this Ben dude that kind of started with me, he played for the U.S. national team in the International Cup in 2014 and 2017. In 2017, he was our MVP. So he's pretty
Dang.
fucking good. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny how, like, this and the emo night, it's just, like, they've really both just taken off.
People are fucking just start shit, dude.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it.
Start something up and stick with it.
I've failed at more shit than anybody I can possibly think of, but I've also fucking nailed a few things, too, in the process, It's just like... Actually, this comes from my old footy coach. He said, like, it's so funny that I'm sure he wouldn't even remember this at all, but like in some sort of game where like somebody like was taking a kick and they weren't like that fucking set on it, it was a newer guy, and he said, if you're gonna fail at something, do it with some fucking confidence.
There you go.
Like,
I have that tattooed on me right there, wrong and strong.
I like it.
Which I'm
fucking own it.
See, I wish I could remember the story, but it basically, yeah, like if you're gonna take a guitar solo, dig in.
Just fucking do
and
it.
if you hit a wrong note,
own it.
hit that wrong note a couple more
That's right.
times. Like you meant to do that. Like just make it nasty.
Fuck yeah, it's raga solo, bro.
Yeah,
16
whatever.
partials. What's up? 12. That's just for posers.
That's for sure. Like, yeah, it's just be super confident in whatever you're gonna do.
Just take some stabs at some shit, dude. If some shit doesn't work out, then fucking figure something else out.
Yeah, no big deal. I mean, yeah, we're talking about throwing shows, getting people together in the park. I get like really. You remember when I tried to throw that kickball game?
No.
You might have been out of town.
Okay.
But because if you were in town, I
would have been.
Yeah, you would have been.
I would have showed up.
But I hit up a bunch of people. I'm like, let's do a kickball game. But the idea came to me at like, I don't know, maybe 1 a.m. in a bar.
Right.
And I was like, you guys down? And everybody's like, yeah.
Yeah, let's fucking
like,
do
cool.
it.
So next Sunday, let's have this kickball game. Yeah. Oh, it sounds fun. That'd be great. And be like, yeah, we'll just like bring some coolers, play kickball, and then whatever,
Yeah.
And then, sure enough, the Sunday rolls around, and I'm like, who's gonna show up? And it was like gonna be like 3-4 of us, and I was just like, all right.
Trying to play kickball with that.
Yeah. Well, you can't. But like, I was just like, well, fuck it, and I'm just like, all right, I'm not doing this anymore. Where like you were like more positive, and you're just like,
well,
oh well, okay.
Here's one thing that I've learned from years and years of being in this punk rock scene, which I have been for most of my life at this point, despite looking relatively liberally up here right now. I'm wearing fucking sleeves. Punks won't go do shit a lot of the time. It's like, and that's just the fact that like most of those dudes they're just not going to. Like that's like their hobbies will be getting fucked up and like listening to shit or talking shit, and like that's it, and that's fine, and I've got people where like we will go to shows together, and like that is where our friendship begins and ends. They're finding the music, but like I know that they're not going to go, they're not going to go do triathlon training with me. They're not going to go fucking play footy. They're not. Sports ball. It's like, you're in your fucking 30s. You don't call it sports ball. Like, you know how fucking baseball operates. You played Little League for 6 years.
Yeah.
I guarantee you had a fucking Michael Jordan poster hanging up. Like, don't act like you don't know what sports are.
Same thing when I started getting super into basketball. For like the last like 4 or 5 years or whatever, it's just, I think I like basketball again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I haven't watched it since Michael Jordan era Bulls.
Yeah.
But I'm getting pumped on basketball. And the same thing.
You mean John Stockton era Jazz.
Yep.
What you mean?
Hell yeah.
Carl Malone,
Yep.
Goes through
Yeah,
tag,
man.
Jeff Hornacek, that's what's up.
Yep.
All right.
You know what's funny is I was sitting here with my buddy, it must have been like 6 months ago, but we were just like watching all these basketball highlights, and we watched a full game, Bulls
Jazz, like 94 or something.
Oh, it was so awesome.
Yeah,
it was so fun. Just watching, like Hornacek, it was super fun. And we're just sitting there like, yeah, this is great.
But getting back into it, you'll realize that like a lot of your drinking buddies, they're your drinking buddies, and like that's it, and like that's people's hobby, you know, and that's
Yeah.
and that's fun. Like I used to be that guy for the most part. I understand like most people fucking party. The dudes I play footy with, they all drink besides me, but like they they had a couple beers after fucking running for a couple hours or some shit too. It's like it's a way to accentuate things. It's not like that's not the fucking.
That's not.
It's not the
main
only thing. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not the main course. So it's. I remember when I went to go start. So like I got sober like 6 years ago, and when I did, I was like, well, I gotta fucking stay occupied. I went to yoga teacher training, and I signed up to do a triathlon. I'm like, I guess this is what I'm fucking doing now. So I started running every day, you know, and I'm doing all this triathlon training and shit.
Did the running every day kill you?
That was. I think it kept me alive, bro.
I think I must have just had really bad knees because
Yeah.
I tried to get into
shoes
running.
or some shit.
I got nice shoes. I think I did go really hard out the gate.
Yeah, that's go.
So
So
that
I
was
started out.
probably-
I was doing like, I'll do like a 1.5 mile, you know, that
Okay,
sort of
yeah,
shit. So
yeah.
start with that, and then
And
just
then
work on your
triathlons,
speed.
how long of a
Well,
run?
it varies on which type of try. So this was like the swim was 800 meters, so that's like half a mile, and then
Okay.
the bike was I think like 20 miles. Then I ran. It's like it's almost a 10K or something. So it's about 2 hours basically of like swim, bike, run.
Okay.
And none of those were like because I would bike longer than that all the time.
For
I would
sure.
run
Yeah.
for that all the time. But like but it was just staying. I knew like I needed to sign up to do some shit to stay occupied
Yeah.
for some shit. So I'd be like, I need a drink. I'm gonna listen to Comeback Kid and go run a fucking 5K. And if I'm still want another drink, I'm gonna go run another fucking
There you
5K
go.
and put on a different Comeback
Yeah.
Kid album.
There you go.
And you know, and I had a lot of buddies that were like, "Hey, dude, you know, we support you 100%." Like, "Oh, hey, do you want to like do something that doesn't drink?" Like, "Oh no, I'm busy," you know, and that's fine. But so I thought I was just fucking. I thought I was the shit, dude. I thought I was so fucking fit. So when I lived in Austin and I started, I decided I was gonna join the footy club there. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking dominate. I'm the fittest dude I know. And then I started playing with dudes that weren't fucking a bunch of punks, you know, that
yeah.
like. So like when I played sports in Little League and all shit as a kid, but I hit about 12 and I discovered fucking skateboards and malt liquor and got a guitar.
Yeah.
Usually I was playing drums with it, but whatever. And so all that time when I was just like being a fucking drunk punk, you know, they were like, some of these dudes were like a track athlete at University of Tennessee and shit, and just I wasn't gonna be fucking dominant. Like, there's no fucking way. But my goal became, instead of, you know, being dominant, I was like, if I could just not embarrass myself, that'd be fucking sick. Just kind of blend in. I remember, like, at one point, you know, a dude being like, he's talking about running. He's like, "Oh, did you like run in college?" Or, you know, I told him like, no, like, cause I picture me as having green hair and a fucking rancid shirt and stuff, and I'm like, oh, you just know I'm a 30-year-old dude, you know, yeah, I got some tattoos or whatever. For the most part, just like they have no idea.
Yeah.
You know, they know I'm the 30-year-old guy who doesn't drink, and like I can show up to footy and I can do okay, I guess. And
Yeah,
like,
I think people our age who are into that sort of thing, they've been doing it for
a lot
quite
of people
a
have
while.
been doing that shit, but you know, with our crew here, it is a lot of punks. I would say most of the people we play with at some point I've encountered at Downbeat. You know, at some, because I've recruited some people out of there, just like, hey, that dude with the hand tattoos, you want to come play a sport? He's like, yeah, I don't fucking know what it is, but sure. My buddy David, he's there every time
So
now.
cool.
You know, it's
because you're always like, I see your post about it, and you're so positive. You're like, doesn't matter if you haven't run,
Fucking
doesn't matter
doesn't.
if you don't know how to kick a ball.
Here's the situation. Like, there's some younger dudes that are like 20 or whatever, but for the most part, we're in our like 30s, and some dudes are in their 40s and shit. And it's, you know, we've had games with, some dudes are probably in their 50s, you know, these older Australian dudes, and it's like, we just know that on Wednesdays, if I wasn't doing this, I would sit around and watch YouTube videos for like fucking 6 hours. So if I go to practice, at the very least, the best I feel all week is when I get home from playing footy on Wednesdays. Sometimes I gotta fucking drag myself out of bed to go to practice, but I'm always fucking thankful that I did it. You know, it's just like any posse thing.
Yeah.
You go, you know, I've never regretted getting a workout in. I fucking really regretted missing a bunch.
Totally.
It's the same
I feel
shit,
the
you know,
same
and
way.
And it's like I'd be less depressed if I'd fucking exercise more. It's like, well, I'd exercise more if I wasn't so fucking depressed. And it's like, but if you're obligated to do shit, and I know that these people depend on me because I'm the fucking guy, then I'm gonna show up.
That's so awesome. I'm searching for motivation all the time.
Fucking hard.
And I go through these crazy phases where I'm like, just exactly what you said. I'm like, if I get my ass out the door on my bike, and I get down the street, I'm like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, you're gonna have a good time.
I pop in a nice podcast, something nice and long. Cool. I'm gonna ride for 3 hours, no big deal. And I get home and I'm like, that was easy. That was no big deal.
Right. Yeah.
And people get, same thing. I'll try to invite people. Oh, you want to go on a bike ride with me? I'm over inviting people to go on bike rides with me. Honestly, I'd rather just go alone at this point because people, I've had a couple people come with me, but it'll be like, okay, I'm going to ride to Hawaii Kai. And they're like, Hawaii Kai, that's crazy. I'm like, it's really not that crazy.
No, it's a stretch. It's
pretty
72,
much.
It's fucking flat the whole time.
It's no big deal.
Yeah. There's not even a hill.
Well, there's just you got to go over Waialae.
Okay.
And then you go.
Yeah.
And then you come back, and then you have to come back over Waialae.
Yeah, but you stop in Kaimuki and get some fucking
It's
grub.
really not bad.
No?
Waialae is, we're talking about, 10 minutes maybe of going uphill?
It's not bad.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not.
I've
Maybe
done it
5
a few
minutes.
times.
Yeah. It's such a nice ride. And then all I need to do is just convince myself to get out of bed and actually get out. And I get up and I go, well, I do need to, sweep the house.
Right.
I gotta, the kitty litter needs to be changed.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess, I'll have a cup of coffee and I'll watch a podcast maybe. And then it's like, then I start doing the thing where I'm like, okay, it's 8:30 a.m. I got to get out of the house by 9.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, it's 9:05. I missed it. Well, okay, 9:30, 10 o'clock, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the hardest part.
That's
way harder than the actual exercise.
And that's why I feel like making yourself obligated to do shit is key for me. Because, on my own, discipline, I'm not going to fucking do it. But if somebody expects me, I'm on time for shit all the time. So, that's it's just building that shit into a routine, and it's fucking tricky. And the other thing that I heard recently that I really like, somebody, that's the opposite of what I used to always say. They said, anything worth doing is worth doing half-assed. I'm like, I guess you're right. I'm just like, it's better to get a shitty workout in than no workout. It's like, if something worth doing, then just fucking do it as you can when you can, sort of thing.
It's better to do it at all.
Right, because I used to have that idea of when I was crushing weights real hard. I had a 5-day-a-week split, just really doing that mass building shit. So when my triathlon mode, I'm about 150 pounds. I got up to about 185. Just fucking lifting real heavy sort of thing, and it was like. Sometimes I'd be like, oh, fuck, I'm supposed to get a back day in, but I can't get to my gym. So I would just do nothing because I'm tracking notes on everything. I'm like, how am I even going to enter this information? In reality, I'd be better off just finding a fucking bar and doing a bunch of pull-ups or some shit because I'd be doing something to hit there, even if I'm not being able to accurately input the data and be able to try to get 1 rep or 5 more pounds. Whatever, it's something. And that's... Especially going on tour, I get to put that mentality in because, on tour, sometimes I got some resistance bands and you just might be doing some fucking shit against a tree in a parking lot in Germany somewhere, and that's what you got, doing pull-ups on the side of a van or some shit. We were doing dips in the laundromat in Belgium, it was cool at Red City Radio because some of those dudes fucking seriously work out, so that was...
Yeah, a couple of them look pretty...
The drummer's fucking ripped. Yeah. Daly used to play... He played football some smaller school in Nebraska, but their old bass player's not in the band anymore, but he was a big-time, power lifter dude, too. So, yeah, we would just go fucking crush some weights.
It's so much nicer to have a buddy to bounce it off of, too. I find so much...
There's always one on tour.
So much motivation from, I personally really like a challenge. So I want to be like I did it with a couple people, and they typically don't work out because I'm just like, okay, you and me, and it needs to be somebody who's within my range. I'm not going to go hit up Johnny Plugs and be like, hey, you want to do a bike race this month?
Yeah.
See who can put in the most amount of miles.
He'll fucking school anybody.
He's going to be like, oh, cool, I did 1,000.
Yes. I've
Yeah.
been a messenger for fucking
Yeah.
ever. Like that's
But I'm looking for somebody who's gonna be.
same
It's gonna be a good competition
league, yeah.
because the competition fuels me, and I'm just like I wake up and I'm like, oh, I gotta go. I'm very competitive, you know.
Everybody wins on that shit.
But yeah, that's the ultimate goal. Is really just can you help me get
Mhm.
off my stupid ass and get out there and pedal around this beautiful island
Yeah.
in this awesome weather? Like, can you just help me to do something really positive for my life? You know what I mean? And I'm gonna try to help you do that same thing.
Yeah.
And
It's
I
hard
need it.
sometimes, man.
Dude, yeah.
Struggle.
Because I'm looking for people who are just like me, who are kind of like a little bit of a couch potato. Like, I'm really lazy. If I let
Come use a
myself,
footy with us. That's all of us.
yeah.
All of us are like the.
Got it.
Well, if we would just like, I've had people be like, well, what are the, what are the pros? Like, what do they look like? What do they build like? Like, basically, if I just like fucking worked out really hard for 2 months,
Yeah.
like that's kind of like where all of us are. Where it's just like we're like almost pretty fit,
Yeah.
like.
Almost pretty fit's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not too shabby. And, or all of us are certainly more fit than we would be if we didn't do this.
There you go.
And all of us, certainly have.
So you did one game, right?
Yeah,
So
that was
far.
just a metro match. So that was basically, because, we're fucking in the middle of nowhere, so it makes it tricky. But in September, Seattle's coming here for a match.
Whoa.
And then it's looking like first week in November, we're going to go to Osaka.
What?
Go play the Osaka Dingoes.
No way.
Yeah, bro. You want to come? Fuck yeah, you do.
November?
Yeah, you got time.
I really want to go. I'm going to Japan in May.
All right, so
Like right when you get
yeah,
back.
that's right. The day I get home.
Yeah, I fly out.
Mhm.
But I mean, Japan is, I think, maybe if not my favorite place in the world, one of my favorite places.
Okay,
in the
well,
world.
let's go play footy in Osaka, dude.
Oh
Why,
man,
why
now
wouldn't you?
Now I really gotta.
Yeah, no shit.
So how are
dude.
you guys? Are you guys like What are you guys doing? Are you doing like any fundraiser type things, or are you
on
just
cheap flights? Like
just paying for it? Whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck
no big
it.
deal.
I mean, we're all amateurs and shit. And then, like, honestly, most of us, like, I'm definitely. I mean, there's a couple like college kids or whatever that are in the same boat, but like anybody else that's like my age, like they got a few bucks.
Sure.
There's some disposable income on that
Yeah,
shit.
no
So
big deal. I
but
mean-
in general, it's like okay, you got fucking 8 months to save up $300 on this flight. Like that's
$300.
yeah, Osaka round trip flights,
Right.
Air Asia.
Is that what it
I know
is?
it's either Scoot or Air Asia. I forget which one, but it's like $294 is what I was looking at.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cheap, dude.
And how long do you think you guys would go for?
I mean, different dudes are doing. I could see some dudes would probably do the flying on a Thursday, home on a Sunday thing, but like, I know Cole, like one of our players, he's got a wife, he's got a couple kids. He's like, I'll bring the family for a week, like.
Totally.
They're gonna make it. I mean, certainly I'm gonna do that shit. Like, there's no way I'm going there just to play a game and
No.
fly back the next day. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you gotta
get weird with it a little bit, man.
Japan. Have
I've
you
never. No,
Oh,
exactly.
it's my
Cheapest place
favorite.
to fly to from here, dude. Like,
Yeah, if you get it. See, I've just been so on my Hawaiian Miles thing where
see,
I'm just
that's
like,
where they get you.
yeah,
Yeah, because let's say if I get a $300 round trip flight and you get a $500 round trip flight, but you get some miles, like, well, are those miles worth the fucking $200? No.
yeah. Well, it's I like Hawaiian. It's very comfortable,
That's cool.
but I've never flown.
I
on
like
Air Asia.
hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, they still do the free booze, right? Any international flights, free booze.
I fucking really doubt that.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Every international flight I've ever been on.
Yeah, I'm used to flying like Ryan and Jetstar and like fucking what's the other terrible European one? EasyJet. Like these ones, it's like you ain't getting free shit. It's
Yeah.
like you will fly from that destination or from this place to this place, and that's what they do. So just get fucking loaded beforehand. I don't know. That's what I used to always do.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you could bring.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
easy
mini
to
bottles
sneak on mini
under
bottles.
100 milliliters or whatever. Just get sloshed on those. It'll be good to go.
Yeah, for sure.
And then with that extra hundreds of dollars that you save, like just go blow it on sake and shit while getting fucking
So-
wild with some footy dudes.
But if you just search on orbits, you're not going to find these cheap flights.
Sometimes some of these cheaper airlines probably don't have it contracted out with some of the search engines. I don't know this for sure. generally I stick to like Kayak or Skyscanner.
Do you ever do the thing where it's like, so you can fly from here to here,
Yeah.
and then you're supposed to end up flying to here, but you
Yeah.
don't do the last, like what is that called? It's
I don't know, but I mean, I have searched that sort of shit. I've never done one of those. I've done kind of the opposite of that, which is like, let's say, for example, so I grew up outside Detroit. My first time touring Europe, went to London.
Mhm.
So Detroit to Toronto to London was cheaper than just Toronto to London. So for me, it worked out better because I lived way closer to the Detroit airport anyways, because, you know, it's easy fucking run. But just somehow having that layover in Canada, because it was Air Canada,
yeah.
but they don't have to pay the same sort of landing fees or something as a result of it
That's what you were
being-
saying. That's right.
going through a third country. Yeah, because, so like in that case, like I pull into Toronto and they stamp it with just like the 2-day like layover visa sort of thing.
2 days.
Yeah, well, because I mean, I was there for like several hours, but say
Oh.
just with that, I don't know what it is, but something having to do with
Layover
that
visa,
visa
okay.
or the way that this was routed out, that it was cheaper for me to have the extra flight than to not have the extra flight.
Yeah, a lot of times it seems like that.
Yeah, but when you're doing the real low frill shit, that's just like, it's going to be from like big city to big city sort of thing.
That's just a cheapo airline.
Yeah.
doing their thing.
Even like moving here, like, you know, getting to Australia. I mean, fuck, last time when Lean took off for Australia, she paid, I think it was under $200 to get to Melbourne from here. And when she got here, I don't know, 2 times ago, maybe it was 3, I don't know. 2 or 3 times ago when she got here, she came via Japan. It was like $100 flights or some shit.
That's
like, it's,
crazy.
yeah. You just, you know, you're flying on a Tuesday at fucking 6 in the morning.
Direct flights.
Yeah. That was, direct to Melbourne or Sydney or Brisbane from here on Jetstar is super cheap. And even like flying to North America, like when I go visit my family, I usually fly into Toronto and take the bus into Detroit because it's cheaper to fly to. I mean, fuck, we flew to Montreal last May for Puzza Fest, and it was $250 to Montreal, which is like, it's pretty much like California. About $250 Montreal, fucking insane. It's like the exact opposite corner of the continent.
Yeah,
But
that's insane.
yeah, Canada, dude.
I'm gonna
rad.
absolutely hit you up the next time I'm booking flights somewhere. I'm
That's
like,
my shit.
hey,
I mean, I've been doing it. I mean, I know you have too, but I guess you've been the musician, and I've spent much more time on this side of shit.
Yeah.
It's just,
well, I did a thing where once I like quit the band I was touring with, and I decided to move back to Hawaii, I was like, okay, you know what I want to do is I want to get my life together to a way that once I get a little buffer money going and I got a place where I'm living and blah blah blah, I just want to go back to all the places that I liked from tour, but I want to go there and just hang out there and just take money and not try and scoop, because when I was touring, when I was in Japan, my budget each day was $15.
yeah.
And that was enough to keep me just barely from being completely hungry all the time,
Right.
but like getting vegan food in, because I was vegan at the time, right? And so I remember we played a show, and then we'd go out to, like, everybody who was like had played the show was like, we're all gonna go to this, I don't know, like this yakiniku or whatever, and we're gonna get a room, and we go and we get the room, and they're like, okay, so cool, it's just like $3,500 per person.
It's like $30 or something.
Yeah, and I was like, that's my budget for 2 days, so I can't. And I was like, first of all, I don't drink, and I don't, at the time, I was straight edge and vegan. I'm like, I don't drink, and and I'm not going to eat anything that you guys are serving. So can I just sit here in the room and be a scrub and not pay? And it's just like, no, that's we don't do that kind of thing. Basically, Japan is very honorable, and like it's just like, oh no, that's not an option.
Yeah.
Like, what? Wait,
Yeah.
hold on, I can't do this. Like,
yeah.
My friend ended up just being like, hey, listen, I got you, I'll cover you, and I was like, oh, okay, thanks, man. But like, shit, like, yeah, when I was on tour, it was like the lowest of the low. Like, I was like, I get a Starbucks cup as big as I could possibly get, and then get iced coffee because it curbs your appetite. Then the next day, I'd go to a Starbucks in another state and get a refill on that same cup for like 50 cents. It was like, it was ridiculous. So once I was like, I'm going to just travel, I was like, I don't want to even try to do that sort of thing.
Right. But you can find some balance for shit.
Yeah. No, but I would be stoked to find those cheap flights and to save that money.
Because it's fucking rad. Because like when I'm on tour, so let's say if I'm touring, last time I haven't done a North American tour. It's been a few years, but like I was out with a band from Montreal called Lost Love, and we did like a 2-month U.S. tour, and the only like non-U.S. states we did Tijuana as well, which is fucking sick. But like we did like all of pretty much all of the
2 months
40
U.S. is pretty.
That's
heavy.
pretty fucking major, yeah. So they're from Montreal. As soon as we crossed over to Vermont, I'm like, all right, here's the first place we're going. Like, what's this? I'm like, Trader Joe's.
Hell yeah.
And like we were just stocking up on this shit. Everybody get this? Because you were going to thank yourself later. Because instead of getting, fucking a $12 burger from the bar or whatever at 2 in the morning, you'd be fucking stoked when you got some dried mangoes and like a can of chili or something for sure.
So cheap.
And in Europe, Aldi.
I don't know what that is.
Aldi? Oh, it's fucking great. It might be the biggest chain of like grocery stores in the world. Like I know the dude that's like the CEO or founder of Aldi. He's like fucking multi billionaire sort of dude, and I think they own Trader Joe's now too.
Whoa.
They got some sort of affiliation, but yeah, Aldi is just a fucking massive, super cheap grocery store. That's what I grew up going to as a poor people store back in Michigan, and it's and not even just because my family's German, but like we would just go to it anyways.
What were the stores called over there?
Aldi.
Oh, in Detroit.
In Michigan, yeah, too. It's just called Aldi everywhere.
Oh.
In Germany, it was Aldi Sur and like Aldi Sud, not Sur, that's Spanish. And there used to be like a division between the northern Aldi and the southern Aldi, but those things are fucking everywhere. Groceries are just so cheap in Europe, especially in Germany, dude. They're like, it's so goddamn cheap. So I'd go to a place and it'd be like, cool, big thing of French bread, that's €1. Thing of fucking hummus, that's €1. Like things like, cashews. Cashews are so fucking cheap in Europe, which is weird. They're artificially just stupidly expensive here. So yeah, I don't know, man. I was just, as soon as I go over, I load up on that shit.
And remember that? Do you ever get potato chips in Europe?
I don't really eat potato chips. The only time I eat potato chips is I eat baked lays. Like it's like unhealthily. Like I will just eat whatever size bag is in front of me. I will eat the whole fucking thing.
The only reason I brought it up because they had the weirdest flavors of potato chips.
Yeah, it's too oily, dude. I can't fuck with all that. Like it's just I get gut rot and shit.
At that time, I was so skinny that it didn't matter what I like. Any vegan food that you would put in front of me, I was gonna pound. I didn't care what it was.
But it's not about like me not trying to like get fat. It's about just like I will just feel terrible
shitty.
If I eat shitty food. Like I occasionally, like I'd say like maybe once a week. Like I eat some, or every couple weeks. Like I have like a big fucking veggie burger or some fries or some shit, and then like afterwards I'm like, I feel terrible. I need a smoothie or something.
Well, I was 24, 25. Nothing mattered.
I was on. I mean, at that point in my life, I was on a steady diet of fucking. Let's go earlier. I don't know, malt liquor and like fucking Taco Bell or something. So.
Exactly. So, and you felt great. Probably you're like, this feels amazing.
There's nothing wrong with this. I don't know. Yeah. I had no idea. And I'm on tour too. So I used to play in bands and tour quite a bit when I was, late teens, early 20s sort of thing. And so I would do medical studies, and then I would tour.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So like I would just get out and they'd just be like, cool, here's thousands of dollars. Or just, I remember getting out of one medical study and just like paid off my van. I bought my Geddy Lee Fender Jazz bass. Got my GK rig. I still got that.
Yeah?
It's Gary. It's a fucking beaut. We can start that one fucking band we were talking about. So, like, I would just have that shit. I remember while I'm in this medical study, if I was in the outside world, I would go party. I'm trying to pick up chicks. I can't do any of that shit in there. So I would just sit and just book tour. And I remember...
Were you sequestered or something?
It varied, but yeah, like in this case, I did the study one time. It was 25 days straight in the hospital.
Whoa.
But the hospital's air conditioned.
Yeah.
And it was hot as fuck because it was the middle of summer in Michigan.
Oh, nice.
And they had cable, and the Tigers were doing really good. So I would just watch baseball
Awesome.
like all day, every fucking day. And it was actually an anti-anxiety medication, so like I was feeling pretty good in there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I remember getting out and just being like, "Here's $5,000," which like
Did it have any crazy side effects?
I wasn't anxious. No, like it's most of these that they do, and I haven't done this shit in years, but it'd be like, here's some medication that's already on the market in Australia for 20 years with no side effects. But before the USDA allows it to be here, it has to have a set number of. So like, yeah, I never had anything crazy, and I've never heard of anybody having anything real crazy.
So I was gonna say what was the weirdest one, but it seems like none of them were that weird.
One time I was on one where I felt like I was hungover, so they just canceled the study, and I was there for like 2 days, and they gave me $2,000, which like when your rent's $200 a month because you're living in, it was fucking sick. So yeah, so I would go on tour. So I remember being on tour. There's this band called the Denslow Cup, kind of like American Steel, that real just like fucking gruff, like whatever sort of beardy shit. And so I'm booking tour, like I paid for the van, I booked the tour, I did all sort of stuff, and then with my bandmates, I'm like, I get out, I'm like, all right, dudes, ready to rock, let's go on tour. Like, you guys saved up and everything, right? Like, yeah, cool. Like, how much you guys save up? Like, between the two of them, they saved up like $11 or something. And I was like, okay, guys, here's the situation.
God.
If you don't have enough money to contribute, because I fronted all the money for the merch, I did all sorts of shit. Clearly, you don't have enough money to party. And you don't have enough money to party. Clearly, you can DD every night while I fucking rage. So we're on tour, just like,
hell yeah.
I'm going to Qdoba every night, just pounding craft beer and shit left and right with no concern. Because fuck it, fuck them.
And you made your money back on the merch and stuff. So
Yeah, it was fine.
That's great.
Eventually.
That's great.
But yeah, so I would tour in luxury for some of that shit. But a lot of time I wound up on pretty good tours too. So like, I kind of peaked at like 19, just like, oh, you're on a fucking arena tour, like,
Jesus,
just wild. I mean, I wasn't playing, but
you're like roadieing.
Yeah, I do merch a lot because I was just hammered all the time. So like, nobody's gonna trust me to be responsible for much, but I could fucking schmooze people no problem.
Yeah.
Talking to buying shit that they didn't need. So
that's for sure a good job for a drunk guy.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. So like I started touring with the Planets. Well, the Stomp Records, like the Planet Smashers were kind of my in. Like really, it's all the touring I've done has been kind of thankful to Matt Collier from Stomp Records.
Nice.
So he's the singer, guitar player of the Planet Smashers. You know those?
I do. I love them.
They're fucking great.
They're super good.
So they were doing a tour one time in the U.S., and I threw them a show in my hometown, Battle Creek, Michigan. And I went the night before in Chicago, went the night after in Detroit. Fucking I drew both those shows, been way bigger markets. And so he was pleasantly, you play a fucking C market, you don't know how it's going to go. Well, sometimes if you get the right opening bands, and class of 2005 at fucking Battle Creek Central High School shows up, and that's kind of what happened.
It's like Hawaii.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Some people just, fuck yeah, there's a thing going on, let's go, and then you make lifelong fans. So fast forward a few months later, they were playing in Detroit, so I went out to that show for Ska's Dead Tour. So I think it was like, probably Big D and the Kids Table, Mustard Plug, maybe Toasters or something on that too. And some buddies of mine were like, hey, we're following this out. We're going to Toronto and London, Ontario the next 2 days. You want to come with us? And I was like, fuck yeah, I'll come out with you. So I go up to Matt Collier from the Smashers and I say, hey, I'm going to these shows the next 2 nights in London and Toronto. You just signed this new band of 17-year-old kids that have never been to America that I want to bring to America. This new band called the Flatliners.
Oh, shit.
If I go to these shows, will you introduce me to them so I can bring them to America? And he was, they're on his label. He's thinking like, oh, fuck yeah, this, of course I want this promoter to bring this band over here. He just threw us a really good show. Like, that's easy across Detroit River, hour and a half from Battle Creek. So yeah. So he said, do you want us to do merch for us? I said, yep. So I did merch for the Planet Smashers. I didn't know what I was getting into. I didn't know how fucking big that band was and still is in Canada. It's stupid.
Are they?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Canada's like that, right?
They are like that. It is
really
real
take
nichey.
care of their bands. I remember when I was on tour once, and we started the tour in Vegas, and we just like stitched our way across the U.S., went up the East Coast, and I think Buffalo maybe was the last U.S. and then you go
to Toronto.
Go up. And as soon as we got into Canada, it was just the people were just like way more into it. They're like, we're actually here to see music. We love it. We're into it. We're gonna buy merch. We want to talk to you. All this stuff. And
Absolutely.
then, but I just every time in America, I always felt so, like, I don't know. Like I felt like it was like a chore for people to watch your band and get into it at all.
Yeah, it's I feel the top end in America is pretty fucking great, but
The Oregon Trail.
Huh?
Is that what you're talking about?
the top end. Oh no, I mean like just like if you're like selling out arenas and shit.
Oh,
I mean like top
I thought you meant
caliber.
like the top
No,
end of
fuck
America.
that. No. Like, but nah, dude. Like, I haven't toured America nearly as much as I have Canada, and I've been doing Europe for the last, I guess, couple. I mean,
That's
I've
where it's
done
at.
Europe. I first toured Europe, I guess, 12 years ago. So I've done. It's like my 4th European tour.
That's the
I
way to
think.
go.
And it's
And Japan's the same.
yeah, it's just gonna be fun. You got shorter drives. The people give a shit more. Like it's, and there are some markets in America that are great, but in general, if you look at, let's say, per capita, the number of bands that come out of Canada is fucking ridiculous. Like, why? Because their government supports the fucking arts. This laissez-faire shit that we do here, it fucking sucks, you know? Like, it's, all these people talk about, you know, talking shit about, oh, the arts don't have any value. Like, yeah, if you don't want to fund the arts, then how about this? Don't watch any fucking TV. Don't listen to any fucking music. Don't, you know, take all the shit down from your walls for the next fucking month and tell me how meaningful your life is.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, man.
Jesus.
I'd go crazy.
But yeah, so Canada, they, like, I've had grants written to pay to fly me in as the tour manager. Like, a factor grant, say, like, here you go, here's fucking money to fly this dude in. He has been approved for this grant. And that's part of their fucking budget.
That's so awesome.
You know, they have, like, funding on their music videos. If you get a Canadian album on the back, it'll say, like, MPLA, I think, and like a kind of X-Men looking logo sort of thing, where it's like, if you put that logo on the back there, it's like, M for the music is at least half Canadians, P is published by at least half Canadians, L is like lyrics for at least, and if you have those, then you can get factor grants. So it'll say factor, like, we acknowledge the help and support of the Canadian government. If you're Quebecois, then Quebec will do a lot of extra grant sort of shit. If you're French language, there's some extra grants you get for that sort of shit too. In Canada, on their radio stations, it's like 30% of everything played has to be Canadian artists. If you're in Quebec, like blank percent have to be Quebecois as well, like within certain stations. So it's fucking great. Like,
That's wild.
you know, it's some level of protection, but that's fucking awesome because you need that shit.
That almost makes me wonder why there's not more huge Canadian acts.
There are though. There's so many because a lot of them you don't even know they're Canadian.
Yeah.
There's so many bands that are just
There's so many,
fucking
all the
massive.
obvious ones that come to mind.
Yeah.
You know, like what was the Fat Lip Band?
Sum 41.
Sum 41.
Yeah.
Drake.
Yeah.
Alexis on Fire.
Yeah.
City in Color. You know.
All that shit, but like, I mean, like, you know, shit like Nickelback, you know.
They're from Canada?
Yeah, they're from Alberta, dude.
Oh, God.
Uh,
I wouldn't have mentioned that one.
Well, here's the thing about those dudes, though. They're, I used to tour with a band called St. Elvia Cartel. It was like 2 dudes from Grade, 1 guy from Boys Night Out, and their band just basically sounded like the Mick Jones side of the Clash. They were fucking rad, but there's no gimmick. But one of the dudes from that band now plays a band called Monster Truck, who are fucking tearing it up, and like Nickelback's going on tour with them.
Oh,
you know, and some people were giving them shit and be like, man, like, are you out of your fucking? Do you think I'm gonna turn down a tour playing for fucking
Nickelback
40,000 people or whatever?
doubt,
Like, you're
no
out of your
doubt.
fucking mind, dude.
No doubt about it. If Nickelback said, "Hey,
Yeah, do you want to
you
come
want to
on
go
this
on
tour?
tour
They're
with
like,
this band?"
fuck yeah, we do.
Yeah, I do. Absolutely. I mean, that tour would be so cushy.
Oh, dude, for sure. But yeah, but there's some bands that are like the Tragically Hip.
Mm.
They are so fucking
I've heard
big in
the name, I've
Canada.
never actually
Exactly. They will do 2 months of a 2-month Canadian tour and sell out arenas every single night. Like, they're so big.
But then when they come to America, then what do? Mid-sized
They don't.
venues? Oh, they just don't do it.
Well, I know they played Emos in Austin. So that's it's not Bad Religion. That's a good sized room, but
I
it's
played there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Old Emos or the new Emos?
Well, I don't know. It was probably 2008.
Oh, that was probably old Emos. Yeah, but But yeah, okay. Rush, Arcade Fire, Alanis Morissette, Brian Adams, Guess Who,
Oh, wow.
BTO, Leonard Cohen, 741. Billy Talent is so fucking big in Canada. Like, they will do arenas and shit.
Yeah.
3 Days Grace, fucking Triumph. Yeah, bands like April Wine is so big there, but shit like Broken Social Scene, Tegan and Sarah. I partnered with one of them once.
Tegan or Sarah?
Yeah, I don't remember. We were in Vancouver. We were on tour with Against Me. And
Which was the one that did the song with Alkaline Trio?
I don't know.
Do you know the song?
No.
So Alkaline Trio they actually did it, I Wake Up Exhausted. Do you know that song?
I only know like 2003.
I think that's what it's...
era.
Well, it's a Tegan and Sarah song. I think
Okay.
it's called I Wake Up Exhausted.
Yeah.
You check it out. It's because it's pretty cool because they
Yeah.
did it with... But I think it was only one of them. I think it was Tegan.
Okay. Well, one of them was in Vancouver,
But,
the other one was Montreal. But whatever the Vancouver one was, definitely hung out backstage after this Against Me tour. We were with Against Me and Japanther. Remember Japanther?
No.
Yeah, there was some band, whatever. And then, but I was with St. Alvia.
But I think I have a buddy whose Instagram name is that.
Oh, weird.
I think.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is. Because that's as soon as you said that, I was like, oh, wait a
Oh,
minute.
no.
So that's a punk band?
Yeah, kind of. They were like some real like lo-fi hipster sort of thing. I didn't really get it, but a lot of kids I knew back in like Kalamazoo, they were like art students, were really into it.
Yeah.
They were nice enough, but yeah, I don't know. She's part of one of those.
Cool girl?
I don't know. I was pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
We were so the bigger like nicer venue in Vancouver. It's the Croatian Cultural Center. Does not seem like the place, but it's like a fucking legit like. I mean, Against Me was playing there. They're a pretty good sized band. And our guitar player happens to be, his last name is Pasalic, and he grew up in a Croatian immigrant family sort of thing. So he walks up to the bartender and just like, he goes, in Croatian, he's like, hey, can I get a bottle opener off of you? And the guy's just like, nice and Croatian, like, get the fuck out of here, like just, so yeah, so we were part of a bunch of Croatians, and I don't remember, and it was the end of tour too, and I was like, we're just going for it.
Yeah.
But I just remember, like, oh, hey, that chick's got cool hair.
Oh, that's either Tegan or
Yeah,
Sarah.
it's one of them. Whichever one lives in Vancouver.
Yeah. That's sweet. Yeah.
Good shit, man.
Oh, yeah.
Awkward silence. I like it. Fucking right. What time is it?
What time do you got to get out to your thing?
Soonish. What time's the game start? I think it's 10:20 or 10. I mean, I don't have to fucking.
What time are they? What time is it there? Because they're playing in Australia.
Yeah. Let's see here. I have it on here. Let's see here. So on my clock, I got all right. Clock. Bam.
You got the time calculator for it.
World. Honolulu, Detroit, Melbourne, Stockholm.
So it's 7 a.m.
7
there.
p.m. Melbourne.
Oh, p.m.
Yeah. It's tomorrow.
Oh.
It's 21 hours ahead of us.
So yeah.
Yeah.
That's how Japan is like that. But I just
Yeah.
like do the reverse calculation. I'm just like,
It's 3 hours.
yeah.
But yeah,
It's
but it's-
really 3 hours behind, but
Right.
it's ahead. It's a day ahead.
But
whatever.
it's Thursday footy because they don't have Wednesday games, so that's why. But it's Wednesday here, so we can.
Thursday.
They do the one Thursday game. They do like one Friday game. Most of them Saturdays. So it's like Monday Night Football here, I guess. There's
Yeah.
just the one game, and like that's.
Do you keep up with any American sports?
Yeah, dude.
What do you watch?
Religiously, I haven't. I mean, I've been a bit out of the loop. I used to watch the Detroit Tigers
Oh,
so
right.
fucking often.
Yeah.
It was stupid. Like I have a Tigers tattoo. Like
Nice.
Pistons, I will be watching once the playoffs get started.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna squeak in, man.
Are they going to be in the playoffs?
Yeah, they're a 7 seed right now. They should be all right. Tell you what, Blake Griffin
Are they?
and fucking Andre Drummond is a beast. Dude.
Yeah.
So,
I actually got. Oh my god! I got to see them courtside last year. Me and John went.
I know,
To,
and you're in
Yeah,
Minneapolis. I
yeah.
saw that shit. I was talking shit on Instagram about it. 'cause
oh man,
hashtag Detroit versus everybody. Hashtag bad boys.
that's right. That's
yeah,
right.
that's my shit, dude.
That's
I
right.
grew up on like Joe Dumars, Isaiah Thomas, like
Yeah.
fucking Bill Laimbeer, like Dennis Rodman, like
Oh,
that was
dude.
my childhood, dude. I was like, you couldn't turn on a fucking TV set in Michigan without that shit being on back
Oh,
in like
yeah.
89, 90, 91. That was like my great grandparents, like they were watching every game and shit, dude. Like that's multi generational. So my great grandma, she just passed away a couple of years ago, but she was a huge Pistons fan, especially in that era. So I remember like I went to a San Antonio Spurs game when I was living in Austin. Just took the bus down, and the loneliest I've ever felt in my entire life was I wore my Ben Wallace jersey, the AT&T Center. And there's like just a sea of fucking black and silver, and I'm just wearing like fucking just brightly proud. And I see 4 other people in the entire fucking place wearing Detroit gear.
No way.
I remember calling great grandma and be like, "Hey, I'm in the belly of the beast. I'm repping Detroit." And then just going on a tangent of us talking about the bad boys and so that was crucial. Red Wings are looking like shit this year, so not a whole lot there. But I watched almost every Detroit Lions game.
Yeah.
That's only, it's
okay.
16
So you do
games.
like American football?
Oh yeah, I mean, I go to Bo's games here, Rainbow Warriors,
that's
dude.
right. I saw you.
I go to I think I've been to 6 games over the last 2 years. So I go to probably 3 games a year out of 5.
Me and John were talking
about
about
half the
going
home games here.
Me and John were talking about going to some UH basketball games.
Yeah, I've been to a few of those. I went last year to a couple. This
Did you go to the Clippers when they came out?
I did. I went to one of those games.
Were there 2?
Yeah, or last year there was 2. I went
no,
last year.
actually, no.
When they
Another
still had
time you were
Blake
talking
Griffin.
shit on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because I went with Kanan.
Mhm.
Kanan won tickets on Bumble.
That's right, and he brought you.
And he brought me, and
Yeah.
you were like, you should have brought me. And I was like, no.
Oh, it was a different thing. I was talking
I was
shit
like,
to
it's
John.
free alcohol.
Yeah.
Obviously, he should have brought
Yeah,
me.
he should have brought you. Yeah,
Oh,
don't bring the
God.
other straight edge guy for that shit.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Now, we went to...
That was fun.
Leanne and I went to a UH basketball game a couple months ago. For listeners, whatever. Leanne is from Sweden, and one of the players from the team, Sharif Drama, is from Sweden. I assume
nice.
his parents or something are probably from Sudan, or I don't know exactly where, but so we showed up there just so we could yell things in Swedish when it got quiet, because he's probably just looking at the crowd like, who the fuck is yelling at me in Swedish in Hawaii? That is
For
not
sure.
the most common language that you
Did you
hear
get
over
his
there.
attention?
Yeah. Hey, yeah, Sverige, hey, yeah. It was...
Really? And you got his attention?
Yeah, because it's...
Yeah, you're hearing something in your own
Yeah,
language.
it's like,
you're wait
that's a
minute.
fucking weird thing.
Oh, that's awesome. I want to go to a game. We
That's
should
fun.
go.
It's right there, dude. It's,
Yeah. I mean, we could ride bikes.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I went to a couple last year. I've only been to one so far this year. But
Well, let me know if there's anything before you wait. When do you leave again? Very soon, right?
Week and a half. No, the season's over for basketball.
Oh.
Yeah, baseball.
See, I don't know what the college season
yeah.
is.
Well, baseball's going on.
And those are fun.
Those are fun. I've been to a few games this year.
I usually get out to a couple UH baseball games.
Yeah, fuck it, dude. It's a good time.
I got a bunch of friends who like to go, and then they'll hit me up, but then it's like when I don't show up, then it's like, I think I'm like, oh, I'm not on the text thread anymore.
Yeah.
For that,
Wow.
you have to act. No, you have to actually show up to shit
Yeah.
if you want to be included. Which
Yeah.
is fine.
No, it's fun though, dude. When I lived in Michigan, I would go Grand Rapids. West Michigan Whitecaps was the Tigers A-League affiliate, so I would just bike to those games all the time. I lived in Grand Rapids, and I would go to Griffins was Red Wings affiliate. It's like their AHL teams. I'd go to those games all the time. And
That's cool. I wish we had more stuff out here, but
fucking Cowboys are playing the Rams preseason in August
really,
at Aloha Stadium.
how much are tickets?
Well, originally they were $30. Gallopers bought up the first fucking round of them like a motherfucker, but it's
God.
Aloha Stadium,
Dude,
It's such a big fucking place.
I'm so sick of that. I wish there was some way they could regulate that better.
Yeah.
So I went. I'm a big
Mount
Bruno
up.
Mars fan. I went to Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
I got and I'm like, I'm gonna go. I don't care how much it costs. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna get good tickets. I got tickets I think it was in the 17th row,
Mhm.
and I'm like, I don't care. But you get on when they release the tickets, and they're all getting bought up. And I don't know if it's like internet bots or what it is.
Gotta be
but
some bots, that shit.
it's annoying. It's so
I
annoying.
think they must get burned a lot out here too. Like even that Suicidal Tendencies show last week.
Yeah.
I went. It was fun, but there were so many really fucking sketchy looking Facebook posts of oh, my family got sick and I'm not able to go. It's like some dude with 18 friends or some shit that's posting that on.
Yeah.
Good. I hope you fuckers all got burned.
Was it packed? I'm
It,
sure it was
it,
packed.
it was pretty
I'm
packed.
sure it was packed, but did it seem like it was like capacity?
It must have been pretty fucking close, but
Yeah.
but still, like it was, you know,
Well, if that's the
it
case,
was just some sketchy fucking posts on there, and it's like,
it's a shame. There's,
Yeah.
I wish there was a way to figure that out. I mean, maybe the way would be just like have no pre-sale.
at the door.
But that would, I mean, then you're just rolling the dice really hard. But if you know it's gonna sell out, what does it matter? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
I don't
terrible.
fucking
That wouldn't
know.
work either. I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, what would be the way to truly? Because like the StubHub thing,
Mm-hmm.
it sucks. It could be great,
Yeah.
but it also sucks because if you buy some tickets on there, I went to a playoffs game, not this last season, but prior, Chicago. I
Mhm.
happened to be in Chicago, and I was like, oh, it's the playoffs. Cubs are in the playoffs. Let's
Yeah.
go. Went to the game.
Yeah.
Sat there for about an hour after spending $50 on drinks,
Yeah.
and this was like 2 doubles.
Yeah. So,
No big deal,
not,
like-
not some $12 old styles.
No, just like me
Yeah.
and my buddy. I'm like, let's get it. I'll get around,
Yeah.
whatever. And oh, $50. Oh, cool, awesome, great.
Sick.
Glad I volunteered to get this round.
Yeah.
And then so we sit back up there, we drink our drinks, and then it's like an hour passes, and they're like, "Sorry, game's postponed until tomorrow."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Okay, well, let me just go get my money back for the tickets." Oh, StubHub doesn't do refunds.
Yeah.
So what you can do is you can try and resell your tickets.
Right.
Are
Sick.
you kidding me?
Yeah. I'm on vacation, dude.
Yeah,
got
I
other
leave
shit going on.
tomorrow.
Right.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
so that was a bummer.
Yeah, it's a dumbass, but I guess I'm used to like using StubHub to get to like got $4 Tigers tickets or some shit.
That's
like
what's
all
up,
the time.
yeah.
Just like my family would go every time I'm back in Michigan. I mean, usually I go to several games when I'm back. So like
Yeah.
I'll go with the boys one night. I'll take my nieces out one night. I'll meet with my parents or some shit. We'll go one night. Last time I took my grandpa out there. He hadn't been to a Tigers game in years. So like.
That's the best. Baseball games you can get in so cheap.
Right, 'cause especially going like a Tuesday afternoon game, and the Tigers have been shit for the last couple of years. We were fucking sick before that, but there's so many games of like, dude, I hustle, man. Like when I'm dealing with scalpers, like, and even here, it's like I'll show up 10 minutes after kickoff and just be like, they're trying to give me fucking holly race for this shit. And I'm like, listen, motherfucker, I know that I see you got a stack of them. Those aren't gonna be worth shit in fucking 15 minutes. I'll give you
Yeah.
$5 a pop.
Whoa, this is
Yeah,
Florida
or
Stadium?
anywhere. I mean, I have the same approach. Like, if shit's sold out and it's high demand, it's one thing. But if they're sitting on, like, you can see their fucking stack of tickets. They got that many. Like, I don't go in. Like, I've seen the Haka. It's cool, but generally it's like, show up a little bit later.
There you
It's
go.
not gonna fucking matter.
Yeah, I remember my dad would say that I would get stressed out
Yeah.
because I would go spend the summers with my dad,
Yeah.
and I lived here. So he's in the Bay Area,
Yeah.
and so every summer I'm like, I want to go to the Warp Tour.
Right.
There was a show that they would do in the Bay called the BFD, the Big Fucking
Big fucking
Deal.
deal,
Yeah, so I would see like all these bands, and I would be like, Dad, I gotta get tickets. And he'd be like, Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You're gonna go. And I was like, But what if it sells out? And he's like, You'll get in.
Yeah. Don't worry.
And he'd be like, whatever. Like, here's like, how much are the tickets? All right, here's some money for the tickets. Whatever. Do your thing, and show up and be like, what do I do? And he's like, go find some tickets.
Hustle, yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
find some tickets. He's like, there's never been a show I wanted to go to that I didn't get into.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And I'm like,
I'm paying way less on this shit in general.
yeah.
Don't do that shit for my shows.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go to my shit anyways. It's like fucking
Well, you're not gonna
no.
be able to get a cheaper. What you're doing your shows for like $10, $15, like
15 is like
Yeah.
the high end. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun. It's just the excitement of like thinking you're not gonna get in, and then you realize you are getting in. You're super stoked.
Yeah.
I love it.
But yo, I should probably roll. I got fucking first bounce in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna fucking head home, grab my computer, go ahead to Downbeat.
Have fun.
Got Punk Rock Wednesday going on. Where we're watching Aussie Rules football in the background.
Oh yeah.
Collingwood versus who are they playing? Fuck, I know this. Richmond. Yeah, whatever. They're like their neighborhoods next to each other in Melbourne, so it's like
Nice.
it's pretty rad. Richmond, I don't know. I used to date a girl that lived just south of that station.
Sweet.
Was that right?
Have a blast,
She's
man.
pretty hot. That was cool. You want to come hang out? You want to watch footy?
I'm maybe.
Come on.
Actually, as you were talking about it, I'm like, maybe I'll just go down there.
Yeah, fuck it, dude. Because you gotta like. There's a show going on. There's that one young band from Kailua I haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
Like something 7.5 or some
Misdemeanors
shit.
playing.
I've never seen Misdemeanor somehow.
They're great.
I know.
Yeah, you
fucking,
love 'em.
That's fast as fuck. So right.
Cool. Right on, man.
Dope.